Welcome to a Halloween edition
Happy
of
Halloween.
the Moneyline Podcast. Today we have a special guest. Man, I've known you for at least 10 years now, I think about it.
When did you graduate?
I graduated in 07.
So I remember getting a call from you after you graduated, shortly after you graduated. It had to be 07.
Was
it was in 07, like 09. Let's see if you remember this.
It's from jail, actually.
No. It was,
Wait, hold on.
Oh, no.
Tech difficulties.
I can't hear it.
We need better bloopers. And let's put some more sounds on there.
Tell AJ.
Sounds, bloopers.
working?
Boom. What's up?
Good? Yeah, raised in New Mexico.
Amazon cables.
Gallivanting. So, are we good? Yeah, please continue. Sorry.
So, yeah, I remember getting a call from you. It wasn't 07. It was sometime after that. But you were looking to potentially partner up and litigate a potential case. It was a railroad accident.
Okay.
George Fair and I were partners at the time, and he was doing.
I do remember that. Yeah, I remember
getting a
that.
call. I remember I talked to you about it. Then I
You're like, who's this newbie?
no,
kid?
somebody had mentioned your name. Your name had come up, so I've known the name, but I'd never.
I do remember that. I
remember, yeah.
I do, because it was the kid had headphones on. He was walking. They thought it was suicide by train. There were too many factors to consider. I remember that whole thing.
He got clipped, right?
Yeah, he got clipped.
He got clipped walking down the. Yeah. I remember seeing the video.
Yeah. Yep.
I remember seeing the video.
Yeah, I remember
Kid
that.
had a
Look at y'all
backpack,
now.
yeah.
I know.
What year was that?
I think that was like 09 or 2010, something
Somewhere
like that.
around
12-ish.
I hadn't been practicing a long time.
So, what, 14 years, 15 years? Yeah.
Wow.
Crazy.
So,
Come a long way.
Welcome.
Juan Guerra, thank you for
good to be
joining
here.
me.
Thanks for
His
inviting me, guys.
costume is great.
The people's champ. Right there.
I didn't wear a belt on purpose because
World's
it's
best
Halloween.
veteran.
We can't even
Yeah.
see
You know?
it.
He didn't wear pants either, for those of you who can't.
These are virtual.
No,
you should see what we
had to
see.
pull him from wardrobe.
No, thank you for coming on, man. I really appreciate
Thanks for
it.
having me, man. I mean, I'm a little offended that it's taken so long, but
Oh,
we're here.
Lord.
He's like, I
are
can't
here.
believe Salim and Nestor are on before
I know.
me.
He was so mad. I was like, the follow-up is just going to
actually
be better.
what I said is fat Salim and fat Destiny.
That's true.
To be clear,
That's true.
hopefully they listen
didn't
to that
laugh.
part of
The
it.
best one is going to be when all three of them are on.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
going to be amazing. So,
that'll
Can
be
I
it.
please not be here for that?
so
I would advise against it.
Yeah,
I don't think
no
it's
thanks.
yeah, but you won't stop laughing, that's for sure.
Oh, man. Nonstop.
So, Juan, it's called the Moneyline Podcast because the whole thing started because we're intrigued by the different ways people make money, and we've seen entrepreneurs, lawyers, therapists. I mean, you name it. We've probably seen a lot of comedians who have been on here. You're a lawyer. You don't do that. Well, now you do. You do a lot of the same thing that I do, but you also started as a criminal law attorney, right?
Yeah, so I don't know if it's good luck or bad luck, but when I got out of law school, I started getting a bunch of criminal cases. But I always my thought process or my plan was criminal law, but also do personal injury.
Yeah.
Criminal law lawyers, they can make a great living, but personal injury case, you can accumulate wealth. That's where the wealth comes from. And so when I started, the criminal law part of it but it funded the PI part. So it was a good partnership. Right?
Because it does take a lot of upfront costs.
It takes a lot of upfront costs. It really, really does. So, yeah, that's been my focus for, I guess, the last 20 years. I graduated I started practicing in 04. That's 21 years. Yeah. 21 years. So, yeah, that's been my primary focus. Criminal defense work, I've tried everything in state court from a DWI to a capital murder.
It's Halloween, so we'll blast his number at the bottom of the screen.
And I'm one of the few attorneys that handles both state court and federal federal cases, state cases, federal cases, and I've successfully got not guilties in state court on everything from DWIs to murders. And in federal court, I've tried alien smuggling cases to large-scale narcotics conspiracies. Been successful, got not guilties on some of those cases. But this last year, as I was telling David, I decided to do personal injury in-house. And I was in a good position because I had enough capital to fund it, right? I mean, when you started, I'm sure it was tough to get some of the stuff funded. So what I decided to do there, and I'll go back. I'm a very unsophisticated person when it comes to like stocks and bonds and those kinds of things. I don't understand it, right? Yeah. I don't get it. So I never been a heavy investor in stocks and bonds. What my dad taught me growing up, he was a carpenter and then turned into real estate. Mm-hmm. His thing was real estate, right? So before he passed, right, he had invested in real estate rental properties. He had 10 to 12 properties that were completely paid off, and he got rent every month. That was his income, right? That's how, when he passed, we had to sell all that stuff, but that's the way he did it, right? I understand that. That's what I grew up with, right? So I invested in real estate. That's how I make additional money or invest to have my money grow. Mm-hmm. I don't understand stocks and bonds. I never really was interested in it. Yeah. So I just never did it, right? I don't understand it. So that's not the way that, I don't like to invest in that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
You want to invest in something
right? Which now I know I'm a lawyer. I know the law, right? So I decided that investing in a new practice area, which is personal injury, was the right thing for me to do. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And here we are. We've been at it for a year, and not even a year. We started last December, so this December will be a year, and it's going good. It's going fast. It's going great.
Before that, let me ask you. So obviously, you were focused on, or maybe a majority of your caseload or whatnot was all criminal side. But now that you've ventured into the PI world, have you had to hire more like case managers or intake, or is that just kind of like I got one person's going to do it all? Because it's
like I said, it's going fast, and that's a great point, right? Because staff, as you guys know, it's very important. You got to have the right people in place.
It's a different animal.
Yeah. And I've always my entire career, right? Because my criminal defense clients, they get hurt, right? A lot of them are laborers and those kind of guys that get hurt. So I've always had PI cases come in.
Gotcha.
People call me for personal injury cases, and I was doing them in the house when I had my former law firm. But when I separated, it was just me. I was referring the cases out. Some of the guys that we're friends with that we all know, I was referring those cases out. But I found a good team, right? Started off with 2 girls, 2 paralegals. They're both great. And we're up to 5 paralegals. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's a different animal, and you got to have good staff in place. Otherwise, you're not going to succeed.
Yeah.
I think that's one thing to point out too, is that you already because of what you did previously, you built that infrastructure, that database of clients who are inherently already getting hurt because of the types of things that they do.
The first thing that we did in December was accumulated former clients, all their obviously names, emails, and phone numbers, and sent out a blast, right? Letting them know that we're also doing personal injury.
Yeah.
I'll tell you a story. I represented a young lady at the time. Her and her husband lived in Pasadena. Their house got raided. They found 30 kilos of cocaine in the home. They charged both of them, right? I was able to get her case dismissed, right? I got her case dismissed. I remember going to visit her in jail, and the look on her face, she was just lost, right? So, I worked on her case for a couple of months and was able to quickly, for a case like that, a couple of months of dismissal on 30 kilos of cocaine, that's fairly quickly. So I got that case dismissed, and this year, she got into an accident. A vegetable truck, a commercial vehicle, hit her in McAllen, which is a great venue for us, right? She said in McAllen, Hidalgo County is infamous for case runners.
Absolutely.
Yep. So she said she had tons of case runners, lawyers' office calling her, and she said, the only person I trust as a lawyer is you because of what you did for me. So that client has...
You get a client for life.
Yeah. Building relationship.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. It's like your network, and then you help somebody, and
their
network becomes your network as well, as long as you do them right.
You know, this is the motto. I stole this motto from another lawyer who's actually your neighbor. He said something, and he's just interested. He does a criminal defense and personal injury, right? He said, Juan, think about it. These criminal defendant clients, they trust you with their liberty. You think they're not going to trust you with an injury? I said it just kind of it makes their liberty is much more important than your injury. So that's my new motto: trust him with your liberty, and trust him with your injury.
There you go.
I stole it from.
That's super good.
I think that's great, and I think you're right. I mean, you have
it shows integrity.
Yeah, it does, and it just shows like if you've, I don't know, man. To me, it resonates with people because once you get those clients for life, not only do you have them, but they're loyal to you, and they will tell other people that they're loyal to you.
It's an organic way to create business.
And honestly, the integrity that you have going into it, and I feel like David is just like, we always try to do right by all of our clients. Like, you can't make everyone happy. It doesn't matter. You could forfeit your fees. You could, say, I will be your lifelong attorney for the rest of your life for free. It won't matter. Yeah. Some people just can't be pleased.
Yeah,
then it's nice to know that like the times in which it's appreciated what I did for the firm did for you to take care of you is appreciated and reciprocated.
To your point, right? One of the things that we're going to talk about here today is what frustrates me about our industry.
Segue. Good job.
Segue. Yeah. Naturally, baby. Naturally. There you go. So one of the things that frustrates me, is to your point, right, is that, and this has happened to me on many occasions, right? Good result, right? 30 kilos of case get dismissed, right? Thank God, right? Something goes wrong, right? They blame it on us. Yeah. It's the lawyer's fault. I said, give me a little credit. I mean, I believe in God just as much as everybody else does. Yeah. But, he had a role in it, but, I had a significant role in this thing too. So that part of it is a little frustrating, right? Some of the clients don't really appreciate the work and dedication that we put into their cases.
And risk.
Risk. But that's a frustrating thing about our industry.
I think, it's funny you mentioned that because I had a meeting, a deposition prep 2 weeks ago for a client, and went to go meet her the week before, and then she was like, hey, can you be here with me in person? I was like, yeah, I'll be here with you in person. So went down to Central Texas, did that, and brought the binder, and the binder was this thick, and I had another notepad and other stuff in there, and she's like...
Set him up like, he's prepared.
Like, is that all my case? And I was like, yeah. And she was like, that's all my case. And I was like, yeah. What did you think? And she was like, I had no idea that much work went into a case at all. I was like, this is what my staff has been like. This is why we prepare. I was like, and she was like, oh my God, she couldn't grasp the fact that much work was put into it.
And you are one of hundreds.
Right, that's right. Exactly.
But also, imagine trial, showing up to trial, you're seeing like
boxes and
boxes being brought in. And it takes a lot of work. And then they just assume that it's easy. It's not.
I'll tell you a funny story. One of my mentors, one of the best cross-examiners that I've ever seen, right? He was just on his feet, witty, all this kind of stuff, right? He told me a story that, he was having a tough time with his prosecutor. I think it was either a murder case or a capital murder. And it wasn't a complicated, it sounds terrible, right? But the facts of murder cases sometimes are not terribly complicated, right? They're just not.
There's motive, right? Opportunity.
Yeah, all that kind of stuff. But so he said he showed up to trial with all these boxes. They were all empty. They didn't have anything in there, right? But he showed up with all these boxes, to intimidate the prosecutor, right?
Oh, yeah.
To intimidate the prosecutor. And guess what? Case got resolved that morning because the prosecutor started talking to themselves and started trying to figure out what the heck is going on here.
What does he have in
And
those
he had
boxes?
absolutely nothing in those boxes. He showed up with 6 or 7 boxes.
brilliant, yeah.
I mean, it's psychological just as much as it is.
But there's one case like that. But to your point, I mean, yeah, that takes a lot of work into any case.
So I want to ask this question because I know people are going to be curious. The last guest we had on, she was an immigration attorney, and man, we had a lot of people been calling our office asking for her because she was on here. So I know people are going to ask. You said that you have handled criminal cases in both district and federal court.
Both state cases all over Texas, and federal cases. I mean, I've been as far on federal cases as New York, Virginia, and I handle a lot of stuff in Louisiana, Mississippi, done some stuff in Tennessee.
One for criminal law, do you have to be licensed in those states, or
So that's a great question. So on on federal cases, right?
Okay.
Some districts are different. Like I'm licensed in Detroit. I'm licensed in Tennessee. That Memphis division. I don't remember if it's the Eastern or Central division. Every division, every district is different, right? Some districts, federal districts, Michigan, wherever they are, they allow you, because you have a license in Texas and you have a federal license. They admit you to that district, right? Mm-hmm. Just automatically. So I'm able to practice all over the country. But one state that takes care of their bar, protects their bar, is Louisiana. Oh. Louisiana would not let you appear. Pro Hoc Beach here you can't get admitted unless you have a Louisiana bar. Oh, wow. So in Louisiana, you had to have a local attorney.
Right. Is that because they have, what's the jurisdiction? I know they have like parishes and
Napoleonic Code. Well, it shouldn't matter at the federal level.
It doesn't matter. It's just Louisiana just protects their bar. I mean, they have a strong.
David's studying for one bar exam. You should just throw that one in there too.
Right?
It's the same.
I got to take it in 2 weeks.
What,
Mexico.
Mexico.
Yeah. So I take it.
They do the same thing, right? New Mexico
like
protects their bar.
on it.
Yeah.
It's 60 questions. Just calm down. So
write a sentence.
People are going to ask, what is the difference? Can you explain briefly the difference between the state level and federal level charges and what they are, just for the layperson?
Well, I mean, how I like to describe it is the federal system's like, it's the adult system. It's for grown folks, right? The difference is obviously in state court or federal court, right? It's the United States versus whomever, right? That's a scary proposition. The United States government, right? Yeah. The strongest country in the world is your opponent, right? Yeah. Versus the state of Texas versus whomever, right? And just federal cases are much more complicated, much more difficult to handle, and the range of punishment is more significant in federal prison. And there's no parole in the federal system, right? Oh. You're going to serve 85% of your time.
Oh, wow.
Right? I'll give you guys an example. In state court, right? If most of my cases, I call my practice drugs and mayhem, drug cases, murders, capital murders. So that's my practice, right? Which I think those are the coolest cases to handle, right? But in state court, if you have more than 400 grams, which is less than a half a kilo, the range of punishment there is at minimum 15 years, right? If that individual is sentenced to 15 years, he'll probably serve 3.5, right?
3.5?
3.5, okay. Right? As opposed to in the federal system, a conspiracy that involves 5 kilos or more, you're looking at a minimum of 10, right? That's a minimum. And if you get 10, if you're lucky enough to get 10, you would do 8.5. Right, you see there's just a huge difference.
5 years.
There's a huge difference, and so typically federal cases, when it comes to drug cases, it involves crossing state lines, importation from Mexico or other countries. So that's a major difference.
Wow. That's good to know.
Yeah, good to know.
Yeah.
I do not want to go.
Yeah, I don't want to know
against the
any of
US.
that. Yeah,
United
States versus Vincent Salazar.
Like
I ain't
little
there,
old
bro.
me, the United States government, little old me.
So, I think you had answered the question about what you wish more people knew.
Or what frustrated
What
you.
frustrates you? What do you wish more people knew about your practice, either criminal or personal injury, or both?
Well, I think just generally our world, right, our profession. You know, when I hear people say, "Well, you are really good at arguing, so therefore you should be a lawyer," it just sends chills down my back because that's not the case at all, right? I don't care how good, maybe in certain aspects, but that should not be the reason you become a lawyer.
Yeah.
That should not be the reason.
I agree.
That should not be the reason.
That's the reason why you make it to trial every time and you can actually get in front of a jury, but knowing that 90 to 95 cases get settled, percent of cases get settled before that.
And that adversarial effect, more often than not, is counterproductive.
It's a turn
really
on.
is.
You
It really
don't.
is.
No one wants to do it.
Yeah.
Really, honestly, no one wants to do it.
You know, exactly. I have gotten good results, good offers, just because of, you know, just relationships, right?
Yep.
And
You're not an asshole.
good relationships
sometimes
don't
not
Not
being
an
a dick helps.
exactly right.
Yes.
Yeah. That's. I mean,
Because
I
I
think
know if
that's
someone
what.
comes at me crazy, I'm gonna be like, you know what? I was gonna be super open about this and whatnot.
I was going to give you
I was gonna-
probation,
yeah.
but now...
No,
I was
yeah.
gonna be open minded, but now that you want to be a dick, let's.
Yeah, and then
you
that
want to
client
see
suffers
crazy?
because of it.
I'll show you
I think
crazy.
on our side, whenever we talk to defense counsel, it's like, man, if I know these people, it's like, man, let's go get lunch. And
Yeah.
Right.
Figure this out.
let's talk about this. Like, you know, there's a lot of different ways we can skin this cat. So
And you know, in the PI civil world, it's different. You can
not skin this.
We're not in
cat.
Vietnam.
Ways to do it. We're not in Vietnam. Sorry, Lou. Sorry, Lou. Yeah.
Oh my gosh! See?
well, that was aggressive.
I know. No, it's an ongoing joke. It's been like 4 times about now. But that's Vietnamese people eat dogs. They don't eat cats. So first of all, it's already messed up. And edit this out.
Oh, no,
Okay.
don't.
Oh my gosh!
We got our bloopers coming
You
up.
should have seen Vince. Vince was in the service, by the way.
Oh, my
No. Stop with this ongoing joke.
janitorial service.
Every time I talk about it, I laugh. We had an employee here who she was just not the. She was sweet.
Brightest.
She was sweet.
Stop.
She was sweet.
She's gonna see this.
It's gonna get cut out. She's not gonna see this. But
Full episode.
She Vince was talking about. Oh man, I just got back from.
No, she's like, "Where's the best place you've ever been?"
Oh, yeah.
Or like, "Where's like
What country?
All
The
the
farthest or
countries
whatever.
in the world?
Yeah.
Where was your favorite?" And he's like, "Oh, you know what? Probably Vietnam." And she's like, "Thank you for your service."
How old do you think
What decade
That
do you
is
think it is?
funny?
what-
I
and he
wasn't
was
born
like-
in '72. That's funny.
So she got.
It was great. It was good.
So for
That's
Christmas,
funny.
she got him a veteran's. Yeah, she was pretty.
Is that a real
It was
story?
funny.
Is that a
Yeah,
true?
it
You
is.
got a
It's
veteran
true
hat?
story.
Oh my
Dude,
god!
we have talked about this for 4 fucking episodes already.
That is
Every
somehow
time we
Nam
bring
always
it
comes up, right?
Nam comes up, and he's
David's
like,
talking about skinning cats.
yeah, he's like, you know, back in Nam.
We couldn't. When he told me, I couldn't believe it, but I could because I knew where it came from, and I was like, "Oh my god! Like this is not."
Anyways, inside joke. Sorry. Okay, that's it. That's the last time we ever talk about that. joke
It's
here.
not going to be the last time you're
That's
talking about
it.
I think for me, as far as what I wish more people knew, I wish more people knew how stressful this job was. Like for you especially.
Oh, I couldn't imagine.
I
Dude,
couldn't
I
imagine.
couldn't. That's someone's life.
Well,
Not that the PI is not someone's life.
Yeah.
Just
I'll share
Much
with you
different
guys.
aspect of it. Yeah.
in the hands of, I don't even know how to say it.
So I'll share something with you guys. When people hear about some of the cases that I handle, specifically large scale drug cases, when we're dealing with cartel type of people, they ask. I mean, they ask me this all the time, and the question is, do you ever get scared that something is going to happen to you, retaliation, if you don't get the appropriate result? And my answer is always no. It's not complicated with these guys, right? All they want is for you to tell them the truth. Just be honest with them. Be upfront with them. These guys know what they're into.
Yeah.
They know that this is
And you're not a
a
miracle
repercussion,
worker. Yeah.
right? And some of the cases are, some of the evidence is overwhelming, right?
Yeah.
So just be honest with them, right?
Yeah.
Just be honest with them, and that's all they care about, right? Don't overpromise them anything. Don't ask
Don't
for more money for a
underdeliver.
specific result,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Don't do that, right?
Yeah.
And if you do that, you're going to be just fine. You're going to be, as a matter of fact, they're going to respect you more and send you more clients.
Agreed. And that holds true for
Everyone.
Everything,
industries.
right?
because
Right.
even what we do right now is like, my whole thing is like, let me
Manage
full disclosure,
expectations.
full transparency, manage expectations. I'm going to give it to you straight from the beginning. I'm going to tell you where all the warts are, whatever in our claim, but how we feel like we can maybe maneuver through some of those things and try to get the best outcome.
At everyone's core, that's all they want.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Just
To
be
be
just
real.
be honest. Just be honest with me.
Real, recognize
don't
real.
overpromise me. Don't say that you're gonna. This is gonna be the result. Just don't do it.
Guaranteed.
Don't
You said you were
guarantee
going to get
it.
me off. I'm in there for life.
Yeah, but if you don't respect that approach, then we're not the right fit.
And,
Exactly.
right.
That's it.
We have that
Right.
happen a
Yeah.
lot where we have people
We
who-
know that they
they've
want
been promised
millions.
and like, oh well, this attorney guaranteed that I was going to get $1 million in my pocket. I'm like,
You should
don't-
go
you-
there.
run away from that.
That's exactly what I tell a client. I said, if a client if a client asks me about for a guarantee or something to that effect, I said, listen, first of all, it's unethical, right? And secondly, any lawyer that promises you a specific result, you just run from it. Because there's so many factors that can come into play on every case. Every case is different, right? Yeah. That's another thing that I don't like about, at least in the criminal world, right? Clients often say, hey, well, this guy over here had this and had that, and he's only, getting this.
Go.
Go. Well, but every case is different, right?
Yes.
Every case is different. right?
Every aspect of every case, like depending on back 20 years ago, if that guy ever got in an accident and his rates and why he chose the insurance company he has now, and if the weather was that
Pre-existing
day,
injuries
and
or
if someone decided to leave later than that, like there are so many aspects.
Yeah.
People don't understand. They think, oh, this one and this one, same thing.
Are they
same
on
result.
medication? Was there a medical emergency? Was it 7 p.m. and they were coming home from happy hour? Is this like there are so many aspects?
But beyond that, everything could be the same, and then they got two different adjusters.
Right.
And one's
Right.
Or
One
two
adjuster
completely
takes a different
insurance
approach.
companies.
yeah.
Two completely
It's
different
exactly
insurance
right.
companies.
It's
yeah.
exactly right. I mean, I'll give you guys just a perfect example. I've have a case in Brazos County, which is College Station. I've been fighting this case for 5 years. I went to high school with this kid's parents, right? The day after graduation, his home got raided. They found 5 pounds of marijuana, which is legal in 31 states now, right? 5 pounds of marijuana, some THC wax, and I think maybe $14,000 that he received partially for his graduation. I've been fighting that case for 5
Kelly's
years.
trying to find the
So
address.
the set
5
of
years.
circumstances.
Set of circumstances and where this
Yes.
case is at.
yeah.
Brazos County. They want this kid to do it's kind of, I'll explain it to you. They want him to do just 10 years probation, but it's a shock probation, which means he has to do 6 months in TDC and then come back out as a convicted felon and do 10 years probation, right? It's beyond me, right?
One for marijuana and two for having generous village that gifted you money for your graduation.
And here, and I talked to a prosecutor, Harris County prosecutor about it. He's the head of the narcotic division because I had a very kind of unique issue in Brazos County. I wanted to talk it through with him. And he said, here, Juan, it would be 2 years deferred adjudication, which is a special kind of probation.
Yeah.
Once you complete it, the case is dismissed, right?
Wow.
But we're in two different worlds, essentially, right? College Station versus Houston. And I'm going to have to try the case, right? I'm trying the case. I told the prosecutor, you want my guy to be a convicted felon, you need to earn it.
Prove it.
Need to earn it,
Yeah.
right? So, yes.
Jeez.
Details
Wow,
matter,
that's-
locations matter, everything matters.
Yeah.
And David, I mean, there's certain counties in your world, PI world, that you love. Hidalgo County, Starr County, my home county. I mean, but there's some that we don't, right?
And that's we try to tell clients that as well. Like we say, hey man, like your accident may have, like you may have very similar facts, but your accident happened in Williamson County, or
if you walked into an HEB,
Conroe.
Jefferson County is
Yeah.
tough too, right?
Yeah,
Jefferson
yeah.
County,
Jefferson
Montgomery
County.
County.
Yeah.
Montgomery County.
So
but
Montgomery
just
County.
saying, you walk into a grocery store and you're like 12 random people in that grocery store.
And that's what we tell people. Like,
How
hey,
many of them do you think
Yeah.
are going to agree with your set of circumstances?
there, not here.
Not here,
Yeah.
right there.
Right.
Yeah, and it's tough because people don't realize that. And the toughest part is when these people are traveling for vacation. They're on road trips, and they're from Houston. They're going to a big city, and it happens in podunk nowhere.
Yeah.
And they're like, I don't understand. I'm like, well,
Your options are limited.
yeah. So I get it, man. It's frustrating, but it's also refreshing because we haven't had a criminal law attorney on here, and it's
No,
I
they're
didn't know
so.
that. Like, yeah,
I
there's,
think you could.
I bet you
there
could tell
was-
some.
yeah, you
war
could talk for
stories.
days.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
So-
If I had a better memory, or if I was more organized, I would write a book about like 10 or 20 of my most, I guess, significant, craziest cases. Right for I mean, like for a while there, for a couple of years, I don't know why I was representing. I represented three or four females charged with murder. They were females. I was like, "Is this gonna be my thing? Is this my thing?" I've got females charged with murder.
Yeah.
So
You want to see crazy?
yeah. So
Can you tell us one story without any detail? You don't have to give us too many details, but just one that sticks out in your head, just for the audience, so we can all hear it together.
Well, so this is this is my favorite story. Well, but it's more of heartwarming. No. It's more heartwarming than it is.
Heartwarming.
Than it is like crazy. But I'll tell you the story because, I mean, I don't remember how this case was referred to me, but this case was referred to me. This kid, and he was a kid, a Venezuelan kid. Was a Venezuelan kid? Venezuelan kid.
Too many details.
He was in immigration court, about to be deported back to his country, deported back to a family that had sexually assaulted him. Right?
Oh,
So I took on the case. Right, it was at the time where Padilla was very new. Padilla is a case that says that criminal defense attorneys now have to advise them of immigration consequences. Right, so I took on the case. And I filed the writ saying that he was improperly or not properly advised to the immigration consequences. Because the case was very defensible, right? He was charged with sexual assault as well. It was a very defensible case. So I filed the motion, right? We had a writ hearing to argue that the attorney that represented the case did not properly advise him of his immigration consequences. This attorney, bless his heart, he was not he was just not a good attorney. I mean, I know this question, when I asked him this question, because this kid gave his statement, and I asked the attorney during this hearing, was this a custodial or non-custodial statement, right? Non-custodial, you don't have to read Miranda rights. Custodial, you have to read Miranda rights. And he didn't know the difference, right? He didn't know the difference, which it just kind of blows my mind. Yeah. Anyways, to make a long story short, we were able to get him a new trial, right? So the case, his guilty plea was overturned, and we went back to square one, which was, all right, let's get ready to try the case, right? So we set it for trial. On trial date, prosecutor dismissed the case. So this kid, when I met him, had 1 foot in Venezuela and 1 foot here in the States. And I was able to get him back into district court and eventually get his case dismissed.
wow.
Yeah. So,
You go.
well,
Very cool. No, that's...
I had a random thought right now.
Oh my god.
Here we go. Here we go.
Nobody told me about random
It's not
thoughts.
when I was a non.
Nobody
See,
told me
you
about
Reminds
random
me of the
thoughts.
time I was in Nam, and I helped this
Oh my gosh. Do you
POW.
like, watch, or care for any like fictional criminal shows?
Man, that was your thought.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying there's a lot of them out
It's
there.
actually a good question. It's actually a good question. Those shows are good for me, right? So I don't touch on jury selection board. I don't touch on any of those shows, but the prosecutors do.
Really?
Right? Yes, because they have the burden.
Yeah,
right?
that's true.
And you watch those shows, they think, oh, you're going to get his DNA and all this stuff last minute. You know, you're going to get your Perry Mason moments, and it's just not. It's not realistic.
Yeah, I try to. Somebody had asked me on one of our previous
like
podcasts.
the Lincoln lawyer, I think, is what I was thinking.
Suits.
Okay.
They're like, is Suits real? I was like,
0% is
No,
Suits
not
real.
even close.
0%.
Not even
The
close.
drama aspect,
Nothing
the love
in
stories.
Suits
You know,
is real.
You know, there's so many shows like that about the profession. It's nothing.
Look at the medical dramas. Okay,
Yeah.
it's the same. Everything just, hey, people need a release. They want to see what that's like. No one's making a show about a boutique law firm in Houston. That's
yeah, no, you're right. That's just meh.
yeah,
No, you're right.
boring, right?
yeah.
boring.
Exactly.
No, you're right. You're right. And I think it's just for people, it's funny because people, every time for some reason the show Suits comes up. And it's like, I was like, no, we don't settle cases during our lunch break. We don't go to mediation during our lunch break.
Yeah, we don't do that.
During trial, like, it's just not how it works. But no, it's refreshing to hear this, man, because like last week we had an immigration attorney on, and I didn't know any of that stuff.
Yeah, I have to work closely with. I mean, I feel like because of this case that you have to be aware of the immigration consequences.
So, one last question before we move on to sports, but has the current climate in America with the new administration, she told us it has affected her practice night and day. Has it affected your criminal practice?
Well, so yes, and let me just be quick about it, right? On federal cases, right? We often, and the federal system is set up in a way that the only way you can get your sentence reduced is you got to come in and cooperate, right? And, in these meetings, there's FBI, DEA, Homeland Security. There's all kinds of different agencies that are involved in these cases because sometimes they work in a group. Yeah. And since January, since we have this new administration, I've had several meetings with different agencies. Every agency involved in those meetings are super focused on the immigration aspect of it. Hey, this person is doing this. Okay, does he have status to be in the country?
Really?
First question.
It's that's they're more focused about deporting
yeah.
people than filing new large scale drug cases. It's just insane to me. Even the U.S. attorneys, right? The U.S. attorneys that handle all these major drug cases, they have been told, right, or given a directive that immigration is the priority, right?
Yeah. I got a question and more opinion, but
Here we go. Another thought.
I don't want to not to get political or anything, but like the strikes of the drug boats.
Venezuelan drug boats. Yes.
It is just so random, right? So random, right? There's no real intelligence that those boats are carrying narcotics. And look, everybody's super focused on fentanyl, which they should be, right?
Yeah.
Which they should be. Fentanyl is being produced in China and then taken to Mexico. Yeah. That's where it's at. It's not in Venezuela, right? It's not in Venezuela at all.
Interesting.
Yeah. Venezuela, historically, cocaine is travels through Venezuela, but not fentanyl.
Okay.
So it's a false narrative that the administration's put out.
Gotcha.
I saw that and I was like, man, just from as an attorney, I look at the legal aspects of it and I'm like, man, this is a gray area. Like,
it's not. I mean, I don't think it's gray at all. I think it's black and white. I think it's unconstitutional. I think it's
no one.
I think
cares.
from an international perspective, like it's
no one
it's
cares.
not lawful. It is just simply not lawful.
No one else. It's a win for them. It's a win.
Yeah.
And so what
I agree.
Before we, what? Sports.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's enough about this serious stuff.
My bad, dog.
Yes, we're going to move on to a lighter
many
subject.
thoughts.
God, before everyone starts
Beautiful
crying in
mind
here.
Vince.
Jesus.
No thoughts.
So, Juan, the format for this is I'm going to pick some college games at random.
Pull up your
You're
chat.
going to tell us.
yeah,
You're going to tell us what we need to bet on.
I got to get my
NFL
glasses for
games.
this. Okay.
At random.
Okay.
And you're just going to tell us what you think. Well, everyone's going to decide, and we're going to have one lock for the week. So we'll decide that.
Well, if we have a lock.
If we have a lock. My first game that I'm going to ask you about,
That's
it's going to be
funny.
it's going to be 4 ranked. Got it. Okay.
It's 2 bye games.
Yay.
Sorry, I'm talking to myself here. We have number 17, Cincinnati, 7-1, against
Bearcats.
number 24, Utah,
Utes.
6-2 in Utah. Utah is favored by 10.5 points in it.
Cincinnati.
Let me get
Do you
my.
know-
So I've recently downloaded.
Chat.
He's like, I'm
It's
going
I've
to text
recently
my
downloaded
bookie.
Yahoo.
No.
Only
AOL.
I'm that old, brother. I'm that old. I remember the ring up stuff. Okay,
I only want
doing
to
college?
choose
College
Cincy
first.
because they remind me of Houston.
I agree.
The colors.
the colors?
No, it's like a
Smaller school.
It's a smaller
Attitude.
school. It's a city school. There's some grit. Like, we're not always great, but we come out fighting, and Cincy
Grit,
always.
but not great. Yeah, put that on
Wow.
a shirt.
That's a good way to
No,
put it.
U of H is great. I think. But yes, there's
They're
grit.
feisty,
Anyways,
they're scrappy.
they're scrappy.
Scrappy.
They have to be.
I
They're
agree.
not a state university.
I think
They're not.
Utah tends to drop the ball when it comes to big games.
So I'm going to
with-
go Cincy just because my heart pulled. I see parallels.
Are you going to say Cincy covering or winning outright?
That's a big
10.5
But
is
10 and a
great.
half is a lot. No, I'll cover.
Cover.
I'll
I say
cover.
too.
I'll cover.
I would. Utah's always like sneaky good,
Yeah.
right? So I would say Utah to cover.
Utah to cover the 10.5 points.
Yeah, 10.5.
Oh, okay. What are the rankings again?
Cincy is 17. Utah's 24.
Oh, I'll have.
So
Cincy
Utah's
covering.
getting 10.5. I'll take Utah. I'll probably. but let me preface this.
Utah.
I am not a
Money
good gambler whatsoever, which is why I don't
Bye.
gamble.
Okay. That's why we need this show with Ness and Celine. It's going to be an all-out brawl.
Oh my God! Yeah, it's going to be the Super Bowl special. That's what it's going to
Oh,
be.
boo.
Vinny.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Cincinnati covering.
Okay. Okay. Next one we have.
Well, you didn't choose.
I picked
Oh.
Cincy covering.
Okay.
Number 18 Oklahoma 6-2. At number 14 Tennessee 6-2.
Oklahoma.
In Tennessee, Tennessee is favored by 3.
Oklahoma.
Tennessee money line.
Tennessee money line.
Yep.
Oklahoma money line.
Okay, so Tennessee this year, I'm very partial to for the following reason:
Uh-oh.
quarterback,
Okay. Ex-UCLA dude.
ex-UCLA dude, half Mexican, half Puerto Rican.
Is he?
Yes, got to pull for that guy.
Okay.
So
I'm not
Tennessee,
bad at that. I'm not bad at
Tennessee all day long.
Okay.
Don't make me
What,
change
his
my.
last name is
He chose Tennessee.
Is it Saddler?
I have no idea.
Oh.
I didn't know he was. I didn't know any of that about him. I'm gonna pick
Where they play?
just because Juan said that. I'm gonna pick Tennessee. Money line Tennessee.
Y'all are
Yeah. So
going to say the word.
that's a good one. Okay, I got to keep an eye on that.
All right.
Listen, the bet is Vince. I chose Oklahoma. Vince chose Tennessee. Money line. Whoever wins gets whatever they want in life forever and ever. And
Wait,
whoever
hold on a
loses-
second.
Oh my gosh.
a second.
It's a
That
side
was
bet.
a bet.
Really
You
want.
saw the shake?
I saw a
Didn't
shake.
even watch. Yeah, the shake was there.
The language came in
My
afterwards.
off game for the week is number 23 USC against unranked Nebraska. USC is 5-2. Nebraska is 6-2. They're playing in Nebraska, and USC is favored by 4.5.
Huskers.
I think Huskers.
USC is favored by 4.5.
I think Huskers.
Huskers.
Yeah, I like.
I got to
Huskers.
root for my family.
Yeah,
Huskers.
Who you got?
I thought you were
Huskers.
from
So I got a football team.
Wow. Wow.
It's
My
the,
bad.
You don't know the full dynamics of my family.
it's the denying
Okay.
Huskers.
But I have Huskers in my family that I'm going to root for. So, bye.
Bye,
It's not the Danang Dragons.
Yeah, I have a little bit.
And y'all laughed a little too hard. And that kind of fucked up.
Boy, I hope
You
this
did.
comes out.
And the next
You laughed a
college,
little too hard.
the next college game of the week, number 9 Vanderbilt 7-1
Vandy.
against number 20 Texas 6-2.
Vanderbilt.
Listen
it's
to
not
this.
going to be Texas.
UT is favored by 3.
Then
That's insane.
Vanderbilt.
Vanderbilt all day long.
Then Vanderbilt.
Oh,
Is it UT or
UT's favored
no? Is it in
in
Texas or
Texas.
Ooh,
In Austin.
So isn't
I've
there
been
rumblings of
working
benching
on
Manning?
the
He's hurt.
railroad.
He's not. He's
Oh, they said he could play this week.
Yeah, I heard
Which
the
would be the
same thing.
quickest turnaround for a concussion protocol.
I think.
Can you breathe?
Just walked up from upstairs.
No, you didn't.
I mean, UT
Walked
may be a
up
better
from upstairs.
team when Manning
He
is
didn't.
hurt.
I agree. I think that they may be like if he doesn't play, that's probably better for them.
Wait.
Could be.
Okay. What does your heart say?
Texas.
What does your
Because
heart
they're
say?
in Texas.
I think Texas if Manning doesn't play.
What does your heart say?
I think I agree with you. Texas. If
What
Manning
does
doesn't
your
play.
money say?
And I was pulling for Manning.
I
He's
was
a
too.
likable kid.
What
that whole
does your
family.
money
likes him.
say?
His mechanics are bad.
Vanderbilt's
Like, it's just-
scrappy, first off.
I
But
I do
in
like that Pavia
Texas,
kid, the Jared. He's
I
Mexican.
think that
you know
There
that,
have been
right? The
plenty
Vandy
of
quarterback?
letdowns.
There
Is he?
have.
Yeah, he's Mexican
I thought.
and a Heisman front runner.
Pavia. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought the Tennessee kid was the only
No, this kid,
quarterback. And,
Yeah,
He's like, let me change my Tennessee bet.
yeah.
So,
yeah.
you're all saying Texas.
If Manning doesn't play, that's what I'm saying.
No, you don't
That's
get
fucked
that.
Up. You don't get that.
No.
Texas in another overtime nail biter.
What?
Okay, so Texas money line, right?
Yeah, sure.
All three of you are saying Texas money line.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not
What do
taking
you say?
the points. Not 3. I don't think they're going to win by 3.
There has to be a college lock.
Kelly, what do you say?
Vanderbilt. I'm
Oh,
saying
boo.
Vanderbilt. I am saying
He's
Vanderbilt.
AJ?
also a Cowboys fan. So.
Longhorn.
oh, you're a
No,
Cowboys
I'm-
fan.
Exactly it. They're like the Cowboys. You put all your stuff.
They're like the
in them.
Texans.
Oh, you
too.
want? Then fuck him. Texas. I thought we were on the same page. No, Vanderbilt's good. But if it's only because of hate, I
No,
can't.
I like Texas.
But
It's like the Cowboys. I love them, but they.
but you don't
Fuck
want
it
to
up.
bet against them. It's the Cowboys.
Lou, your call.
Come on. Is it
I'm gonna
be
say
a lock?
Vandy so that I reverse psychology the win.
Okay. I'll take that.
Okay, I'll take that.
With
All
that
right.
disclaimer, I'll take it.
Did it work?
No, Denver
Oh.
blew us the fuck out.
Oh, no, I don't
yeah.
know.
Oh,
Rays?
That was-
Yeah, that's right.
That's
but
right.
Texas won, so that's.
Man, we have some good NFL games coming
Okay,
up.
okay, let's
So,
hear it. Let's
all
hear
right,
it. Let's see.
here.
Let's see.
Let's start with
Oh,
the
let's start with Baker Mayfield, Vince's husband.
crush.
Yeah,
Your
Vince's
man
crush.
crush.
He's got a crush on
You
him.
know what? I picked him for my DraftKings last week. After I picked Lamar Jackson because they had that whole ordeal where he was like gonna play, then didn't play.
I thought he wasn't coming back till December.
Yeah,
He
how
came back.
many-
He was last night. He played last night, and he
Lamar
like
played last
blew up fantasy. He scored like 40 points in fantasy
Wow.
last night.
How many
He
points
played
did
last
Baker
night?
get?
He played last night, so this was the next week. But last week he was supposed to play. Then on Sunday morning they were like, he's not playing, so I had to go change
How
him.
many points?
And then
did
I picked Baker Mayfield, and he scored 5 points
Last night?
last week.
Oh. Well, he's off this week.
But they
so-
won 20 something another. I was
David,
like, how
think
did
you
he
need
only
to
score
pivot
5?
because it's Game 6 of the World Series.
Oh my God!
I think
you're
that's
right.
a better.
That's a good- let's do that one.
And,
better.
it's- and what do we have? The Blue Jays up 3-2, right?
Blue Jays are up 3-2. They can close it out tonight.
Where are they
Let's
at?
pick that game before we move on to NFL. I like that.
Yeah. Where are they
I think
at?
we're playing. I think they're playing in Toronto, right?
Yeah, next
It's
two, Game 6,
2-2.
Game 7 are in Toronto.
Is it 2-2-1-1-1? Yeah. Or
So next two Game 6, Game
No,
7
so
is in Toronto.
Toronto's winning at home.
I
wait,
think
so it's
they win, they
3-2
win at home.
then.
I saw somebody say on Facebook that they were people were calling them the Toronto Astros. Are there a lot of Astros on the Blue Jays?
No, well, they have Springer.
Yeah, Springer.
Springer,
pitchers?
and he's coming back. He's playing tonight. He was hurt.
Let's go
Who else
Toronto.
could- who else?
I didn't know if anybody else
Springer
was.
still play.
Catch a flight?
saw that.
Toronto?
Springer hit a
Look up flights.
game-winning home run on game. What game was that?
Look up flights, David.
It's Halloween.
Oh, now it's
It's a federal holiday.
It
Shut
is
down.
not a
Shut
federal
down. Shut
holiday. Then we should not be here.
It's podcast. I think I'm going to take Blue Jays.
1,000%. I would rather have the Blue
I
Jays.
love Otani, but I'm gonna go Blue Jays.
I despise the Dodgers. I just despise them.
Because-
And I grew up liking the Dodgers
No,
because
but
I thought
it's
I'm the
because
one
the
that's
Astros conflict, which is
Yes,
fine.
I agree.
I don't mind that.
Yeah.
So Blue
Hate, go
Jays. for me.
hate.
Vinny?
Where they at? Toronto?
In
Toronto,
Toronto,
yeah.
they have their
I would.
and they've
I
never
always
won.
would like.
They've never
unless
won.
it's against a team I am rooting for, a team winning in their hometown. So I'll take
And they've
Toronto.
never won.
Yeah, they have.
Oh,
Yeah, like
The
83 or
Mariners.
93.
93.
Mariners
93.
have it.
The
Yeah,
Mariners.
93. Yeah.
93,
Toronto?
Joe Carter walked
I'm
off.
doing
on
Toronto.
I like that.
George Springer.
That's our lock for the week.
That's
Yeah,
our
I
lock.
think that
okay.
should be the lock for the week. Yeah.
All right, next NFL.
NFL. I have the Chiefs 5-3, at the Bills, 5-2.
That's
Bills.
a big one.
Chiefs are favored by 1.5
I'm
in
choosing
Buffalo.
Bills. Those
The
are
Bills,
my
I'll
Super
take
Bowl.
Buffalo's reeling right
You
now.
know, but
dude.
this is so Buffalo. You guys remember week 1, game 2, week 1, week 2. They look great.
Oh yeah,
But they, I say this because I bet on them a couple of times and I lost my ass.
But
So,
they still are 5-2.
yeah, but they just, I don't think
Do
they're
you think
playing
the
up
Chiefs are doing?
They
any-
haven't looked
They're
as
doing
like
better.
dominant.
No
to
way.
par. Chiefs have looked good the last 2
they're
weeks.
getting healthier. Like that's the thing. Like
Yeah.
I agree with you, but they look better now than they did week 1 and 2.
Bills. Bills
Chiefs?
money line.
I'll take the Bills.
I'll take the
Well,
Bills.
hold
It's
on.
in Buffalo, right?
It's in Buffalo.
I'll take the. And what's a
1.5 Chiefs.
Money line.
I'll take the Bills to win.
Bills.
The Bills.
The
Bills.
Bills.
All right, all right. Let's see here. I got. This game's intriguing to me. I have the Colts 7-1, best team in the AFC right now, and
crazy.
the Steelers
Indiana
4-3
Jones.
in Pittsburgh.
That's what they call it. It's crazy.
Colts are only favored by 3 in Pittsburgh.
Dude,
You know what?
Pittsburgh, I feel like, has a chance to win any
AFC
game.
South,
I agree.
okay? No, AFC South, you should.
I think it's interesting how
'cause we need them to lose.
Colts, the owner, the granddaughter of Ursi, how the whole organization has embraced her.
Oh, my
I've
God.
seen players walk up to her and give her a hug. She's on the sidelines with headphones on, listening to the play.
I saw that.
It's
yeah.
it's
They were like,
really,
she's calling plays back then.
it's intriguing. It's really interesting.
I agree.
Flea
I agree.
flicker.
And they're killing it right now, too. I mean, Jonathan Taylor's fucking monster, so...
I'm so old. I think it's the Jonathan Taylor that used to play for the Jaguars.
Oh, yeah. Danny Dimes
his
is
son.
turned into Indiana Jones. It's like, oh, my God.
I think... Colts. I'll take the Colts.
Colts.
Yeah, I'm a Colt. I like the Colts.
Vince is not going to go for an AFC South
I
team.
hate to say it. Yeah, I'm gonna do the Colts. I think
They're
right now.
good. And it's okay. We can release the reins this coming year.
I'll give up a AFC South championship if we can still
You
make the
want
playoffs.
to prevail in a strong division.
Sure.
And for a long time, the Texans were the best in the weakest.
And you know what? We haven't
division.
played them yet, which is crazy because we've already gone through half the season.
Right.
Yeah.
We haven't played them
So
once, so we're going to have them
just-
twice.
Yeah, we're gonna have him
Let
twice
the
again.
division build. Good. It's good. It's
So next
See how it goes.
are 2 in-state teams. The Cardinals, 2-5. Against
Cardinals.
the Cowboys, 3-4-1. Ugh.
Cardinals.
3, 4,
And the
1,
Cowboys are
and
only
2, and
favored
3.
by 2.5 at home. That means that they think
Cowboys
it's
were
an even game.
favored last week too.
I think you got.
I'm going to look to Kelly for this one. So they're going to score. So pick the over no matter what.
The
What
over-under
is
is 54.5 points.
Wait,
shit.
oh my god!
It's like 37 to 45.
Wait, what's Arizona's record?
2-5.
Oh,
But Kyler Murray's playing. He's back.
okay.
I'm
I mean,
just saying.
it's a big deal.
Yeah,
You know what? Hate to do it, but Cowboys for you, Kelly.
Arizona.
I would go Arizona just to spite a Cowboy fan.
Wow.
Just to spite you.
David has
And
to
I just
choose
met you,
Arizona
but I'm gonna
'cause
do it just to
that's
spite
his-
you.
He's marrying into that family.
I know. I have to pick.
You have to
Cardinals.
choose.
Yeah, I have to. By
your
default. So,
Okay.
you think they'll beat him?
Wait, what's the spread?
You think they'll cover the spread? 2.5 points.
Yeah, by 1 field goal.
70-yard field goal, probably.
Yeah, and he can.
And he can.
And he can.
That's true.
That's crazy.
On a game winner. That's what's gonna
Okay,
happen.
last but not least,
72-yard field goal. Yeah.
Yep.
So.
Golly.
Last game, the Broncos 6-2 against the Texans 3-4.
listen,
Making a comeback.
Texans are favored by 1.5.
crazy. That Niners game was crazy. Okay, and
did
we
the damn
have a
thing.
very good friend that is a super Niners fan, and I'm like, dude, it's all you. It's all you. It's all
CUB.
you. Vince and him sent each other the money back and forth 4 times.
You know what
like,
it is?
It's yours.
We
no,
bet
it's
a
yours.
measly $100 at the beginning. Just a little friendly wager. In the second quarter, he sends me the $100. Here, it's yours, bro.
Like,
oh, hell no. I ain't
Don't
taking that
jinx
shit.
me.
Don't
Yeah.
jinx me.
So he sent
I
it
send
back.
it right back.
And then when we were winning, he was like, I can't believe you're making me motherfucking send this to you again. Like, you know
Over
what?
under is 39.5. I think it's probably going to be under than that.
Where is it? It's in the Broncos.
No, it's here.
It's here.
Yeah, here.
I don't know.
So they're saying the Broncos are going to win.
No, yeah, yes. Based on that, they
Based on Nestor's theory.
Inconsistent.
What is his theory? I listened to.
Please
Okay,
tell me.
here.
So it's like, was it 2.5
Nestor
three?
says if
2.5.
Vegas says it's 2.5
for the home
Minus
team?
2.5
bet
for
the other way.
Yeah.
For the
It's
home
a trap.
team, it's a trap.
So
game.
if it's 2.5,
If it's 2.5 Texans,
So any minus
bet
2.5
the
game,
Broncos.
so
bet the opposite.
Yeah.
and so you know what our friend group says. Bet opposite of what Nestor bet. Is that not true?
That's true.
I've had some of our friends
Salim
say
says-
whenever Salim and Nestor bet the same way, I'm going the opposite.
opposite.
Never won more money in my life when I bet opposite of those two guys.
So do you really think Texans they're going to win?
I don't think the Texans. So the Broncos' defense is stout. I don't think they have a chance. I personally don't.
Okay,
I don't think
what
it'll be
are
that
you
close.
saying?
I think Broncos win outright. Like
So
What's
think
what's
they-
about 2.5?
1.5.
Yeah, you gotta give it.
Vincent.
Broncos are a better team.
Texans money line.
I hope they do. I hope that's the case.
How are you married to this guy?
I it's hard. It's the best ever,
She said it's hot. The best
hold
ever.
but it's so hard.
It is always hard.
I'm doing Broncos. I just can't. And maybe it's another reverse psychology. I cannot put any trust in them.
I agree.
Yeah, they disappoint.
You know what?
Very often.
Since
yeah.
we got rid of Tunsil, that motherfucker that we saw, who was he playing for? And
Washington.
I'm like, he's the worst.
You know, he was out like the
player
first half, and then he
ever.
came back in for like a few
All
plays. And they went
penalties.
back
How many
off.
penalties did he get?
Yeah,
Like 3 or
it
4?
was crazy. Like the most
Sounds about
ever
right.
in the history of the National Football League.
Okay,
Anyways,
so
so not having, like, I'm just saying, if it's not for penalties, the Texans can do it, but I'm still going to go Broncos because I'm jinxing to go the other way, but also I don't trust the Texans.
Okay.
Bye.
So I have 2 questions for you before we get off. One of them is the first one we're going to do. Like, I want to start this trend, and you're going to do it. First off, the first question is this: who do you think is going to go to the Super Bowl?
Edit.
You know who because I'm for example, I was pulling for Seattle Mariners because I wanted our division, the Astros division, to win another
Represent.
World Series.
Yeah.
like the Rangers. Cool.
Yeah.
I hate the Rangers, but
Yeah.
they won. Cool.
Yeah.
So in that spirit, I'm gonna say the
Colts.
Colts.
Wow.
I'm gonna say the Colts because
Interesting.
they're our division.
Yeah, but they're showing like
I
they
mean,
can.
Yeah.
And from the other side, I don't know why. I'm gonna say the Redskins.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I like Jay.
They're not the Redskins,
Yeah. The
Jaden
Commanders.
Daniels. Commanders.
but
Yeah.
also they suck.
They don't suck.
They have Tunsil. Tunsil
Jaden
sucks.
Daniels is legit. He's good.
He's legit.
Yeah.
As long as he can stay healthy.
Oh, really?
He's what?
They're third in the division.
Oh,
Right
wow.
now.
Oh, well then let me take it
My
back.
bad.
Like I said, I'm a terrible gambler. Let me take it back. I mean, I might as well
Hey,
say
some
the
people-
Cowboys at this point, right?
DraftKings advice.
Some people are saying Baltimore can still make a run
No way.
So who's
If
the best?
Baltimore
Who's the
can,
best
the
team in the
Texans
NFC?
In the NFC, Eagles, Tampa.
Eagles
Not
and Tampa.
Eagles.
Tampa's a good pick.
Baker
I like
Mayfield.
Baker.
Vince
I like your
is-
guy.
Vince
I
is
like
man.
your guy.
Okay.
Obsessed.
Second question.
Scrub.
If you were to give any advice to our next podcast guest, and we don't know who it's going to be, what would it be? Anything.
Advice or just a question?
Advice.
Oh yeah, make them answer a question.
Because they're going to pass along more advice as well. So
Drink your scotch before you start.
Ooh, good one.
I like
Well,
that.
to that, cheers.
Yeah, cheers.
Well, I already drank. I've already drank
Oh,
mine.
what do you
We have it over there. We have it over there.
No, I'm good. I don't need it anymore.
I need a little bit.
I got a lunch meeting. I got a lunch
just
meeting
need
after
this-
this.
We all have a
baby
lunch meeting. It's Friday on Halloween. You're fine. Cheers.
Cheers.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks,
Thanks for the
Juan.
invite. It was
Cheers.
fun.